Hello, DT. Welcome. Thank you for joining, in whatever capacity you were able. This should be a stiff challenge for me. I am very good at this game. I've played it a bunch of times, and yet it's impossible for me to say off the top of my head whether this is a totally delusional goal I've set forth here. It's true. I watched this all the time as a kid. I vividly remember watching an episode of that show. Let's see, when was it? Oh yeah, I was in the hospital. Hi everyone. When I was a child, I was about 6 years old, I had a bout of dehydration. I had to be hospitalized at the emergency room. And I remember there was a little TV in the upper left-hand corner of this room, and it was the Mega Man cartoon playing. It was specifically the episode where Mega Man he takes a shot for the Lincoln Memorial. Proto Man tries to blow up the Lincoln Memorial, confident in his belief that Mega Man will dive in front of the charge shot to protect Mr. Lincoln, and he does. It's not a very good cartoon. The animation quality is never so good as you just saw in that intro there. But I have a soft spot for it. I made Kevin watch some of it for the podcast, Now We Know. Check it out at Now We Know on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for coming back again, whether you're watching this on Twitch or on the YouTube mirror, where we've been getting some action lately. Many of you, the most action I've ever gotten on this. This game does rock, DT. I think this might be a contender to knock off the top spot on my list to date. Just to refresh everyone's memory, let's take a little look at where we've been and where we're going. So here are the big 8. Haven't actually been live for a stream yet. Interface is nice. Thank you. I appreciate it. I took a while hammering this together. The name of my stream is derived from my old retro video gaming column for my brother's old video games blog. So I figured I'd dust off the brand here. So we have the big 8 I've played so far. Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, has been hanging tough at the top. And the last several streams, the last 4 streams in fact, have basically all stacked up towards the bottom. It's been a rough road. I kind of wanted a win. I wanted something that I knew I was going to enjoy. And this game is basically pure, nitro, straight to the bloodstream. Doesn't get much more enjoyable than this for me. I have played Mega Man X. I rented this from the warehouse a lot when I was a kid. The old Corte Madera, California warehouse, long gone. Was right next door to the Tony Roma's barbecue restaurant. And I remember it was a pretty stout challenge when I first played it, although not as hard as some of the classic Mega Mans. Mega Man X is empowered to do things Mega Man can't do, specifically being able to sort of tap dance off walls, which gives you verticality you've never had before. It was exhilarating the first time you put this cartridge in, you start playing it, and you realize just how much power Mega Man X has. Saving my King of Dragons take for the appropriate time. I'm excited to hear it. That's the very first game I ever played on this stream since I set all this up. And I did about as well at it as I ever do, which is to say, I think I made it to like level 9? That game has more levels than I ever remember it having. I remember I narrowly defeated the Black Knight, and then I was just out of gas. out of gas too soon, not unlike my beloved Golden State Warriors. As those of you at home can see, I am wearing a Warriors jersey today. Times are dark. Things are looking bleak for my Warriors. Bugs Bunny Rabbit Rampage coming this week for DT. DT from B-Town. One of my most beloved streamers. Big supporters of his, Kevin and I, over at Now We Know, the Now We Know podcast. We are, or maybe both, hey. That or more Hoops Countdown. DT is currently counting down his top 100 basketball players. I think I've mostly agreed with your list so far, with some little variations here or there. Obviously, my list has more random past Warriors sort of awkwardly jammed in there. You know, from 90 to 100, that's just my opportunity to get all the weird picks out that I want to without straining my credibility. So yeah, our Warriors are not looking so hot. They're headed to a Game 7. And they're looking creaky and tired, and also kind of like they're not even trying that hard. That last game, it felt like I wanted it a little more than they did. But so I will honor the faltering Warriors with this jersey, a classic throwback. As you can see, 37 is the number on this one. This jersey was acquired by me, I want to say, about 21 years ago. So, anyone who can guess or can figure out who 37 on the Golden State Warriors was, shouldn't be too hard. Not such a popular number. I can't offer you anything, but, you know, you'll feel intelligent if you guess it. DT mentions Kevin saw Charles Barkley in person last night. This is a claim he made to me. Clearly he told other people too, so he's an honest man. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that did happen. He said he saw Charles Barkley at a bar while Kevin was watching Warriors-Rockets Game 6. I watched it live. It was a pretty odious experience. O'Donnell foil? No. O'Donnell's a good guess, but no. This is 1 year, one and done. A player you have heard of. Had style, had flash. Spent 1 year with the Warriors and never looked back. Danny Fortson, another good guess. Dampier, a good guess, but no. This guy, he had a great playoffs the year before. Like a bat out of hell. And the Warriors were like, let's trade for this guy. He's a little over the hill, but maybe he'll... This was a time when they were sort of like... It was just like throwing darts blindfolded. Like they had no idea organizationally what they were doing. I'm going to start up the stream here, but at any point, if you guess it, I will chime in and let you know you have guessed correctly. I think it's unlikely you'll get it, though. I feel like I'm the only guy who remembers this guy played for the Warriors. Because I loved his game so much. That's why I got this jersey. Even though I knew this guy's going to be... He's going to be gone in 3 months. No one wants to stay here. So, my challenge today for myself is going to be to try Chris Mullen it over. Yeah. I should, once I get more live viewers in here, DT, I gotta set it up like you have, so I have the chat scrolling in the window. As it stands, I have it like below here, and I'm responding to them, but it didn't seem worth it to me to like go to the trouble of setting that all up until I had more of a following, but I'm also not sure if I'm trying to do this whole retro MS-DOS theme here, so I'm very finicky about not compromising the integrity of that theme. But something's got to give. So, yeah, I will be attempting to beat Mega Man X front to back over the course of a tight 2-hour window. I think that I could do this if not for the fact that I know from experience I cannot beat the final boss without at least 3 full sub-tanks of life. I have played this game enough, like the Mavericks, by and large, I think I can pretty much cruise through. Sigma's tower, I don't think will give me too much trouble, but when it gets to that final boss, second form, I always get ground to a halt there. Because it's one of these boss fights where I feel like I don't comprehend how not to take a lot of damage doing it. So, we shall see. But, yeah, nothing to it but to do it. Gonna crack into it now. And I have my timer here. I'll be setting my stopwatch on this design classic, this Casio F91W. There was a period of time where the American military in Afghanistan, if they caught you wearing one of these, they thought it was proof you were an Al-Qaeda terrorist. Because I guess the timepiece is easy to turn into a bomb, or a bomb timer. In any case, that's just a grim thing to reflect on how little the how low the evidentiary standards were for that sort of thing, which you know, because it was unfortunate. So here we go. We will be hitting start on the timer in 3, 2, 1. Oh, gotta transition it over. 3, 2, 1, go. I guess strictly speaking, I shouldn't have started it until... It's like speedrun rules, right? I shouldn't have started it until gameplay had actually begun. Warriors were super weird in the late 90s, early 2000s. That is undeniably true. They, I mean, I went to so many of those games as a kid. Don't worry, it's, you know... I respect that you haven't figured it out yet, because if you went to Basketball Reference, presumably you'd get it. But you're a man of integrity, and I have a lot of admiration for that. Okay. Right off the bat, like, coming from the NES Mega Mans, which is all I had really played, at the... Like, I didn't play Mega Man 7, which I think came out after this, I want to say. They did this weird thing where they were trying to concurrently continue classic Mega Man on the SNES, but then also, you know, branching into the X series. Mega Man 7 I really do not care for. I think they made Mega Man, it's too pulled in, they made him too big, and as a result, you don't get as much of a sense of, like, it doesn't feel as much him against the world as I feel like it should. Did they ever have Brian Cardinal, aka the Custodian? They did indeed. That is a great call. Brian Cardinal, his 1 year, I believe he broke in with the Warriors when he was like 27. And it was a real feel-good story. And I believe his first year with the Warriors, he was close to, if not the league leader in true shooting percentage that year. That is a bit of NBA trivia that you can make some money off of. Brian Cardinal, the Custodian. It is not his number, though. 37 was not Cardinal. Yeah, Brian Cardinal then played for the Memphis Grizzlies, and there was a story, maybe apocryphal, that the Grizzlies management had been getting on Jerry West to spend more in free agency, even though he didn't really see a target. Yeah, I couldn't tell. I don't remember what Cardinal was. I think it was in the 30s, maybe? But yeah, a lot of these guys. Just as when I fired this up the first time, like, as an introductory level, I feel like this Mega Man X Highway level is close to the most iconic and memorable one I've ever played. Like, the music is... Yeah, I think he's definitely in the 34s, DT. The music on this one is, like... Capcom was just... it was fire all throughout the original NES Mega Mans. A lot of those tracks are, like, on my gym workout playlist. Still get me going for cardio. But, when you get to Mega Man X, it transitions from, like, some of those NES Mega Man ones are trying to be a little bit pretty, sort of, or melodically attractive. You get to Mega Man X, compositionally they're still impressive, but it's just all high-intensity bangers. Alright. Come on. I gotta lose this one. There we go. You can actually die during this must-lose fight. If you fight him too aggressively and too well, and he doesn't shoot you with that little orb, it will kill you. Alright. It's the introduction of the Noble Zero. You don't get to play as Zero till Mega Man X3, and I remember playing this game. That was the fantastic dream. What if you could play as Zero? He is designed to be a war machine. I also kind of a war machine. I don't know how else you'd describe this. But yeah, DT, I went to so many of those late 90s, early aughts Warriors games. There's just dozens of names of people you've never heard or thought about that I saw play that kick around in my head all the time. Like Sean Lampley, who was signed off the street and scored 13 points against the Clippers in one game. And they lost, and then the coach was like, we really should have gone to Lampley faster. An undrafted free agent, he got us 13 points. It's like, we really should have been running the offense through him. Alright. This is where the trials start in earnest. Chill Penguin is always my first go in this game because it's a very quick armor upgrade and it's the leg armor. And the dash is instrumental. You're really not playing Mega Man X till you get that dash. Once you get it and you can do dash jumps, it just completely opens up everything X can do. You know, now that I think about it, call me crazy, but I'm not sure. Maybe Brian Cardinal was 35. Maybe he was 35 before Kevin Durant showed up. I don't know why that feels right to me, but that might have been it. Alrighty. First upgrade, down. Hoped the world would allow me to follow a peaceful one, yet you put a gun on my arm. Also, the intro to this talks about, you know, the Asimov first rule of robotics. If you're gonna say I can't kill a person, you're not really building me with, you know, the aspiration of free will. What if that's what I wanted to do? Alright, here we go. Now, I can start burning around. Can't get this, can I? No. I forget what I need for this, but I don't have it. Okay. There is a heart container in there. Alright. As you can see, with the dash, and just, this is not as, I'm watching the kids, might have missed it, still mowing all the while. Yeah, I didn't give anything, I was just musing about Brian Cardinal. I was trying to remember what his number was. Did Michael Petrus play for the Warriors? Yes, he did. Again, a very good pull. Petrus was on the We Believe team, but he really came into his own as a player the next year, which was a year in which the Warriors won 48 games yet missed the playoffs in like the last week of the season. Which, at that time, he was drafted by Golden State. Yeah, the Michael Jordan of France, they called him at the time. He was, he was a very good defensive player. I'll tell you what, I still remember to this day, though. He would step out of bounds on threes in the corner, like, once a game. Like, he could not figure out where the hell he was supposed to be. But yeah, that year, after the We Believe year, the Warriors won 48 games. Damn. Alright, I gotta spend less time thinking about old Warriors rosters and lock in here. They won 48 games, they missed the playoffs, which at that time I think was the most wins any team had ever had, while missing the playoffs outright. It was a stacked West in those days. Jesus Christ. Well, this has not been a great start for me. Maybe I'm rustier at this than I thought. My ambitious challenge. Yeah, it sure did. He's... It must be because he's banging into me. Because I don't think his weapons do that much damage. I think when he's bodying me, that must be extra juice. Salvaged it. Yeah, that was a stouter defense by him than I was expecting. I remembered him being a total pushover, but that's one down, and we are at just about 12 minutes on the dot. So we're at the intro stage and Chill Penguin in 12 minutes. I got the shotgun ice. Let's go Ice. Who's next? Mandrill. Spark Mandrill is next. So, some of the bosses in this become trivially easy if you have the right weapon. Spark Mandrill is probably the worst of those. The ice will basically freeze him in place, and if you time it right, he can't even move for most of the fight. There is a sub-tank down there, but I can't get it right now because I need the Boomer Longer ability. I wish it was a Ronnie Cycly jersey. No. You are... I feel like you kind of are and are not on the right track with this. Really, I think it's probably just too weird and aberrant that this is who the jersey is. I'll give you a hint. This is a player who was involved in a trade the Warriors made the previous year. They traded away a popular and high-scoring young player for this guy, despite him being like a full, 5 or 6 years older than the person they shipped out. No, not Gugliotta. Okay, I'll up the hint for you. The person they traded away would, in short order, go on to win 6th Man of the Year for his new team. Yeah. Gugliotta, was that that was Chris Webber, the Webber trade, right? I know you were just talking about this, DT, because of your NBA list. Alright, back in the game. If I can get to the boss without game overing, then I will beat him. That's not a problem. I feel like I'm taking a really hellacious amount of damage anytime someone's hitting me. I don't know if I must just be misremembering the difficulty of all this. I suppose if I had come in here with a different secondary weapon other than the one I needed, it might be easier. Leandro Barbosa, unfortunately no. Barbosa was not on the Warriors until the year of their first contemporary title in 14-15. I tell you what, if they had more Leandro Barbosa types, they might not be staring down a put them out to pasture Game 7 here soon. Got nothing for this guy. Absolutely bodying me. Oh. Yes, alright. Well, I haven't exactly left myself with a lot of margin for error here. Did they trade Mike Dunleavy Jr.? They did. This is not who they got back. Dunleavy was packaged with Warriors power forward Troy Murphy, and that was the deal that landed them Al Harrington and Steven Jackson from the Pacers, which sort of set up the whole We Believe run. They also received Šarūnas Jasikevičius in that trade, the, I think Latvian point guard? Lithuanian. But he barely played, which was a shame. I thought he was going to be better than he was. Really use health drop here. Alright. That might be all I need to get this done. But I wouldn't say no to a little more. I gotta say, Mike Dunleavy Jr. Going out and getting Steven Jackson and Harrington back. Even though Troy Murphy was a reliable double-double, that was a pretty lopsided trade in favor of the Warriors. Just gotta play error-free X here. I should be able to take this one out. As I said, this is probably the most farcically simple of them if you have the right weapon. Oh! Shit. It's just a rhythm thing. And I just shot it too soon, and I guess it didn't refreeze him. Okay, that's gonna set me back. No doubt about that. We're gonna switch it up and go to a different level. I think I may have to sort of change the order on the fly here in order to try to get some of the sub-tanks more efficiently as I go. Me doing this was really predicated on the idea that I was not going to have something like that happen. Oh my god! Yeah, this isn't gonna happen. I'm too rusty at this. But if I can even get to the boss in that amount of time, I guess I would feel good about that. I shouldn't have done that. Okay. Oh, shit. Ah. I thought there was something down there. Oh, well, what matters is they're just gonna respawn this for me. I've been burned being overconfident before, but this, I think I'm gonna make short work of them. This time. Oh man. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you, DT. I'll try to keep my my sailor's mouth to a minimum. All right. Clutched it up there at the end. How's it going? It's going okay. Let's see here. 25 minutes into my 2-hour challenge. I've only beaten 2 of the Robot Masters. I beat the last one at 12 minutes in, but that's not going to get it done. I think even taking that one game over is going to stretch my ability to accomplish this. Okay, we're going Flame Mammoth next. Thank you. Thank you. Flame Mammoth next. I think the wind works on him. Some of the weapon orders in this one are a little counterintuitive. This is something I love about this game. I think it's the first time this happened in a Mega Man game where the layout, the stages change based on the order of the bosses you take out. So because I defeated Chill Penguin, this would normally be a river of magma or lava that I'm running on. But if you take out Chill Penguin, his Empire of Frost washes over the world, and so I don't have to worry about that. I can just roll around down here and get this heart. Yes. Alright, so I've got 2 of the heart containers now. That's just enough health that hopefully I won't have to sweat taking body damage from the bosses quite as much. Okay. All right. My Empire of Frost. All right. This is going to be good. This has only taken me 3 minutes to get here from the last one, so this I'm going to save some time on this if I can put them away here. One more, come on. Got him. Alright. Back on track. That was a tight 3.5 minutes to get through that level and take him out. Could this mean that my skills are returning to me? Could I be experiencing a growth and power curve not unlike Goku on his way to planet Namek? We'll see. Okay, fireworks on who? Chill Penguin, obviously, so that's out. I guess... Mandrill has the tank, though, so maybe I should... No, I'm just gonna do Mandrill next. Yeah, that's a good one, because he can't, he doesn't have the vert to get over the, I was firing it too late in some of those instances, but he still couldn't clear it. And now you see here, this rubble in the background, that's from Storm Eagle's jet. So you just get all these nice little visual indicators of like what order you tackled these in. And it made the game and the world feel a lot bigger playing this as a kid, in a way that I think I never really felt from the originals. I think the most... Okay, let's... I think the most I ever felt like the original run Mega Man's had more of a fleshed out world was probably in like 5 or... I think it's 6 is the one where... Oh, do I? I bet this will work good on him. Maybe not. Maybe that was an unsound assumption. Oh, he's out of juice. I wonder why. Is that something to do with me having beaten... Is it because I beat the elephant? Is it like, oh, there's no fuel anymore? There's no electricity? That must be why the lights were dipping in and out earlier. That's cool. I think in Mega Man 6 is the one where it's like it's a world tournament, and the Robot Masters are sort of have international flavor. I always liked that one. Mega Man 6 does not have a great reputation among the fans of those classic games. It's a lot easier. But I also think you just... They figured out a lot of things about, like, how to manifest 8-bit Mega Man at the height of his powers. There's a lot of cool stuff in 6. Especially, you can get that power armor where he can throw punches, too. I really loved that. It's getting a little more aggressive running down. I would be remiss not to offer my congratulations to the aforementioned DT for beating Super Ghouls and Ghosts on stream a few nights ago, which surprised me. I mean, I don't think that's genuinely a much harder Capcom game than I think any of the Mega Man X's. The first two certainly are easier than Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Has that arcade difficulty, despite... I was surprised. I thought that game had been an arcade port, but that one they never actually put in the arcades. Alright. You can see me glancing at my watch here. Ooh. Not quite. Oop. Just stay back there. All right. Thank you so much He's a good player, says Lil Homie. I appreciate that. I'm also a rushed player. I'm playing a breakneck style for this that I usually wouldn't. I'm not like a try to beat games fast kind of guy, generally. I like to take my time and really savor things. Okay. Spark Mandrill is for who? That is for Armored Armadillo. So, here we go. This level is the one where if I had all the upgrades... God, I only have the legs, I don't have any other upgrades. I don't even remember where is the armor? It's in Sting Chameleon stage, that's right. The armor upgrade is really a must-have, because that'll cut the damage I take in half. And given that I'm kind of rushing through, I'm getting clipped a lot anyways, I probably should have prioritized getting that sooner. Come on, man. There you go. Okay. Need the helmet to get in there. These bats tend to give a lot of item drops. Although the ones that give you the 1-ups are the fat bats from the original. I have not seen any of them yet. That was the big trick playing this as a kid, is I think they're in this level. There's a couple of those fat bats at some point. And they have an absurdly high 1-up drop rate. Like, you can just hang out there and get 20, 30 lives real easy. This thing's outrunning the speed of my flames. This is where I need to do it. There's something get out of... Yeah, here we go. Yeah, this level is great. I mean, there really isn't a level of this game that I don't just love. The music is all so good. You can tell that they pulled out all the stops to make every track. Like, I think almost all the music in this, in a classic Mega Man, you would think, oh, this is the best one on the soundtrack. Here we go. So if I had all the armor upgrades and everything, this is where the capsule would be for me to get the Street Fighter Hadoken. Which you can only use if you're at full health, but it basically one-hit kills anything it hits. It's a little bit of a cheat, will not be appearing in this run. No more armor for you, pal. Alright. Another one down. I'm getting that fire back in my belly. I think I have made up some time here that I'd lost. We're now at 38 minutes. And I have 3 left. As far as the Mavericks go. But there is going to have to be a little bit of backtracking, because I'm not going to be able to... God, who does the Armored Armadillo work on? I want to say it's Launch Octopus, so we'll try that. There's going to have to be a little bit of backtracking before I go to Sigma's Tower, because I do need at least a couple more E-tanks. Which you can fill up to get, you know, life replenishment. I've got no shot to actually pull this off if I don't have at least at least 2 and probably 3 of those. Working as well as I thought it would. Maybe it's just more rugged than I realized. The thing about the like fan ability, I always appreciate it with emulators when it's emulating to original hardware specs well enough that you keep all the lag. Like that. It's a nostalgic exercise, and one of the things I remember thinking was weird and cool about these old games is when, you know, the power of your attacks is causing the game itself to lag. Oh boy. Alright. I need to change what I'm doing here. Oh, this is... No! Okay, that was better. Yeah, the fan ability just clearly eats up so much processing power that... Wait a second, can I get up there? Anything? No. That you, it slows everything down. I swear there's something up there. Let's go, come on. Come on, let's try it again, shall we? Ah, there we go. Get me anything? Oh, yes. Huh? Oh, this is just this is like an optional boss. Hope I get something out of doing this. Huh. Not so tough. What does that get me? Alright. Worth every second. I am getting too cavalier about those spikes. Here it comes again. One great thing, big improvement in Mega Man X. If you get a thing to refill your special items. In the original Mega Man, you had to manually switch to it from the menu each time to actually refill specifically. Now, in this one, you grab the refill. If you haven't picked a power specifically, it just auto-picks whichever one is lowest. Okay. My only concern is that I'm at half health, so I'm not sure if I should use my special now, in case he thinks I'm going down. Guess I'm in it now. Okay, we got 2 of these guys left. If I'm really on my shit here, I think there's a chance that I can get to the first Sigma stage within an hour flat on this timer. So next up we're going Boomer Kuwanger, is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. Now this guy's gonna give me his weapon I'm gonna need to pick up another sub-tank. I wish I could remember where all of them are. I don't think I can do it with just 2. Another excellent sort of techno-infused level theme here. Oh man. You know, around when this came out, so there was a certain, like, vision of 90s club techno that was very big. The most memorable one, obviously, the credits music from the Mortal Kombat movie. I did not like that movie very much, but that theme was everywhere. There's some trick to this they're gonna get me, I can tell. Taking damage isn't the worst thing, because it'll give me the little iframes. So... Oops. There is a heart somewhere in here, but I can't remember. Maybe I have to come back once I have the boomerang. It might be that I need the same boss's ability to actually get it, in which case I don't know if I want to take the time to try it. Yeah, there it is. And I do indeed. Unless no, there's no way I can get that. Yeah, okay. So I'd have to come back specifically to get that. I can exit out of stages once I get what I want, if I've beaten it already, so maybe I should do that. Alright. This one, we need the homing missile, homing torpedo. I believe this one should also make pretty quick work of him. Except the missiles themselves can be a little swimmy, so you have to be careful when you use them. Alright. So, I got 12 minutes to play with before the 1 hour mark. I got one level I gotta get through. That level has the armor. I don't know where the other upgrades are. I'm actually sort of drawing a blank on those in a way that is gonna make this difficult. But I do know the body armor is in here, which is probably easy peasy. I appreciate the confidence. Troy Jenkins. Yeah, My concern about getting this done in my challenge time limit has entirely been about the upgrades, E-tanks, and parts. I'm sure that practically I can easily pull it off besides all that, but for the integrity of this whole thing, I decided, well, it wouldn't be right for me to look exhaustively and look up where all that stuff is, and my mind is kind of lagging a little bit as I try to recall that, so... This guy can take a while, as I recall. You have to be very particular about where you hit him. Big green chonker, he sure is. That's, I think that's might be the most hit points any of these guys have in that game. The durability is his big selling point. Alright. I just hope... Come on, let me out of here. My hope is that that's all that is going to be essentially necessary for me. I think I can probably make it through without the helmet or the buster upgrade if I'm really on top of things. I'm not very on top of things with them. Alright. That was a good mech fight. Kinda wish there was more of that in this game. You only get these mech riders pretty rarely. And it's rarer still that you really get to have a good old-fashioned slobber knocker with one of those guys. I think it's not till Mega Man 2 when you get the mechs that have the jets in them. What works on him? There's a question. The shield? No. Fire? No. No. Spark? Cutter. That's it. Gotta prune this guy's trees, I suppose. Whoops. No. It's not really... Just gotta do the diving jump. The boomerang is one of these cool weapons where it comes back to you if you mess with it. Got him. Alright. That is all the bosses. Yeah, no kidding. I really wish that there was a little more mech fighting in this one. I do find it enjoyable. And as I said, I'm pretty sure that they do up that a bit in these sequels, but not as much as they might. Alright, so 55 minutes so far on the run. Oh, is it dumping me right in here? No. I found Sigma's Fortress, but I don't have to... Yeah, I can go back to a past level first. Okay. So, Spark Mandrill. This is going to get us one more sub-tank. There is another sub-tank in Storm Eagle's airport, but I don't know where. So that would take me a little bit of time to find it. But it might be worth doing anyways. I think my life bar is enough. I don't know. There we go. Give it to me. What? Come on. How do I thought that was all there was to it. I really thought that that was how I got that thing. What gives? Huh. Well, that's a shame. I would have bet any sum of anything that was how this was supposed to be done. Can I get lower than this? No. Yeah, clearly. Trick to it. Aha! Alright. Onwards we go. So I got two of them. I got the one from Armored Armadillo's stage already. There's definitely one in here. Just don't know where it is. Gotta give it a try and look through. Give it a once-over. I thought it was over here, but... Unless... Oh, wait. Can I break through that glass? Is that it? Oh, no! Oh! Let's try. How would I do that, though? What would be sensible for it? I appreciate the offer, yeah, Whoop! Maybe I need something else, I don't know. Maybe I should just pull the trigger. It's not as though I have a ton of time to get this done anyways, so... No, I appreciate the offer, but I'm gonna... If I can't figure it out, I can't figure it out. That's what I'm going with for this. I won't be too heartbroken if I can't get it done. This is, after all, traditionally just a stream in which I rank these games. It's not really meant to be some sort of, you know, challenge gauntlet. It's just something I put myself to for this one. Wait, did I just enter the wrong level? Yeah, I did. Alright, we're going for it. I'm virtually positive that I'm gonna sputter out here for lack of sub-tanks at the end, but I guess I'd rather at least get there. There really isn't much that this game has to offer to stymie me except that last Sigma fight, which reliably it just feels like I'm bleeding health the entire time. Oh. I gotta tip my cap to that guy. Sometimes you just gotta tip your cap. Yeah, no, the Sigma fight in this, it's not even... It's probably the easiest of the Sigma fights in the SNES ones, I think. I know the third one is really hellacious. And then I did... Although they have a kind of a worse reputation on the whole, I also played the PlayStation ones, like 4, 5, and 6. And those ones, the Sigma bosses can be pretty crazy, too. Oh, come on, get away from me. Oh my god. Jesus. God, stop it. I don't... Alright, let's just... Oh my god. Okay. Am I at 1 life? I can still at least get through, if I can get up that part of it. Oh god, I'm so fucked. Okay. They're definitely winning the mental war with me right now, I will say that. Okay. One more of this. Come on. There we go. Alright. There he is, the nefarious Vile, opposed by the valorous Zero. Unfortunately now it is Zero's turn to be handed a mandatory L. My ancient weapons, that's a little weird. Oh wait, no, this is okay, my mistake. I have to let him work me over as well. Forgot how this all worked. Okay. Now, it's time. Oh, for Zero's valiant sacrifice, going out like Chao Su in the battle against Nappa. I know. A lot of programmed L's in this game. Really just the 2. Alright. What a worthless gesture. I can't be defeated so easily. It's just me and you, X. Here we go. The power of love is where it came from. Sorry, sucker. Dollar store Boba Fett is dead. Oh no. Cut in twain. Yes. I finally have it. It's the Z-Buster, Zero's arm cannon. I can now charge. I know. It was a very emotional moment playing this as a lad. So this would sort of be changed in subsequent Mega Man X games. Once they start actually letting you play as Zero on the reg in 4, 5, and 6, when it becomes, who do you want to play as? Zero is primarily a close-range fighter with the Z-Saber. It's sort of like a lightsaber. And he does have a buster, but it is a comparatively very rudimentary, like it's more for like cover fire than anything else. Okay, let me just brute force my way up here. But in this one, his buster is so much better than yours. Just everything the guy does is better than anything you can do. I am not being very finesse about this right now. See? As easy as that. Who's this gonna be? Oh, that's right, okay. I forgot, the boss rush in this one is more, organically arrayed, I guess you might say. I don't know if I'm gonna... You know what? Sure. Whoops. Let's keep moving. Yeah, if I had been trying to get through there, excited to see this one, revisit this one in your countdown, DT, in hopefully less than a year. I'm excited for you too. I've probably beaten this game, you know, a dozen times in my life. In the early pandemic months, I went back and did this, and then I did Mega Man's 1 through 6. And, for me, these old Mega Man games and the older X games, I don't know, they just never get old for me. I think it is that I've played enough of them that it sort of feels like you're playing against the ghosts of the past, you know? It's a real measuring stick game. But this might be, stylistically, for the Super Nintendo, this might be the most any SNES game I think ever truly nailed its look. Like, you look at X's sprite, it's so perfect in every way. Okay. This way? Yes. Can I get 2? I don't know if the cycle gives me enough time to hit him twice. Shouldn't get greedy. Damn. Huh. Shit. down to the wire on this one. Ah. He's headhunting me. Alright, sure. Empty the tank. You know what? I was thinking I could do that just to clear them. Damn! Okay. This means I'm not gonna have enough of the ice now, because I burnt through a lot of it. Still have enough to get most of the way, but just have to be a little more on my game here. Give me an easy one. There we go. Speeding me up, huh? Okay. I guess it's just the Buster. Oh. It's moving so quick. No. Yes! Alright. I got very lucky there. He was... I was a little tilted at the end, but it was only because his only way over there was so high, I knew he couldn't do it. Thank you, thank you. Okay. We're about 70 minutes in. Back at it. Another issue. I only have 2 E-tanks to begin with. I drained it to get through there. Obviously, they only refill if you pick up life. What are the odds Mega Man X ups Zelda? It's an interesting question. I mean, this is the big... Like, it's one or the other, right? On my list so far. I don't think anything else is even competitive. Recently, when I've had a tough call, I've been doing a short silent meditation before the ranking. I really try to remember the experience of how I felt playing each game. I guess I'm an emotional ranker. Tell you what I didn't like was Haunting starring Poltergeist. That was tough. I think ultimately there's a good chance Zelda 2 still holds at its position on my list. And it's partially because that game, I mean, it's harder than this, for my money. It's certainly harder for me. But it's also, I think it feels more epic in a way that was just so deeply appealing to me. Playing it as a kid and today. Like, that feels like you're taking a journey, whereas this to me feels, at this point, more like sort of a wild gauntlet. But that's in no small part because I've played it so often, so it's a little hard to say. Alright, pal. Easy. Alright. Don't see that was transparently the best way. Zelda 2 is a good game to claim if you want to be taken serious as a gaming connoisseur. You're right. I mean, I didn't get nearly as far in that, obviously. I only got 2 palaces in. I'm gonna go back to that, though. That was a really enjoyable experience, and I want to play more. My microphone was also horribly on the fritz when I did that, so it'd be nice to revisit now that my setup is a little more... Yeah, Zelda 2 is, it's very challenging. I have it above Zelda 1. That's very, I think that would be a rare opinion. I think I just... Yeah, it's so much better as a side-scrolling, like, you know, sword and magic game than I really thought they could do on the NES at the time. And it also, okay, enough of this. They also, and the extent to which they incorporate, like, blocking and parrying into it, too, it's very enjoyable to me. Alright, who's next? Who's next? I really prefer this, too, to the... Oh, no, it's the room. It's that bizarre room. I don't remember what you're supposed to use for this, is it? Nope. It might just be the Buster for this. No, this is not... It's not going to be this light to get this done, if at all. I should probably just take the... As a rule, oh, well. I thought I had more lives, so that actually... That's really gonna set me back here. Okay. Let's keep it moving. You. Huh. Once you get Zero's Buster, you can charge up the specials. And the Chameleon special just renders you invincible for a little bit. So it makes those tight spaces very easy. Much quicker that time. I gotta be upping my aggression on these bosses. I can't be getting caught up in all this foolishness. Ooh, nice. Oh, we got bots in the chat. Hey, bot. That's been happening more and more recently. I don't know if that's something I should be upset about, or... No, I accidentally got switched. Okay. There might be a better weapon for this, but I don't know it. We're staying in this. Shoot. Oh my god. Ah! No! Oh my god. I forgot that the walls don't open back up. Ay. Okay. Well. As long as my thumbs don't get tired, I think I'll do better this time. Best to kill the eyes before you kill him. As I did. Alright. Thumb getting a bit sore. We are now at 84 minutes. Got a little more than a half hour. I don't remember what comes next. Obviously there's more bosses, so there's got to be at least one more stage. And then you're probably into the ascent to Sigma. Okay. Well, nothing I can do but do my best. This do if I charge it. Not really useful for these purposes, but pretty cool. Might not be the worst place for me to try to get some extra health and get these tanks refilled, because these bats are a good source of items. If you wait until you're Sigma's on the way up to his tower, the only issue is that the only stuff that drops items are these little worms coming out of the walls, and I don't think they give it up the way these bats do. We got nugs or clips? Game 7 jumping off. Well, it all is a little academic for me now. I mean, I'm a Warriors fan, so my thinking around this was sort of dependent on the notion that they were going to be in the next round. I don't think that's going to happen at this point, so... not that they would have played them in the next round. I'm going to go Clippers. I think, and I say that mainly because, as a Warriors fan and watching them go against the Cavaliers in the finals all those years, I think Ty Lue might be the best coach in the league. I think he's incredibly underrated as a coach. And I think they're playing well. Yeah, I'm going Clippers in Game 7. Almost. I just think Kawhi is playing well enough that it's... I think it's no worse than an even draw, and I trust the Clippers' role players right now more than Denver's. Heh. Not an OKC fan, huh? Me neither. run so far here. Come on. Damn. What a whiff. Ah, sports betting, eh? I'll frequently put a little bit of money on the team that's playing against the team I want to win. And that way, even if I'm sad, you know, I get a little something. Yeah, I like Jokic too. Oh, great. Thank you. Alright, we just passed the 90-minute mark. Alright. Yeah. You know, I lost to him earlier because I went in with like one tick left. I was arrogant with the ice, but I fired it too soon and I didn't freeze him, and he got me with the megaton punch. Alright. Rolling shield. I love that he points at you and then points down. This guy's got a lot of character. I think he's often one of the more forgotten ones in this, but I really like his vibe, I like his attitude. He bodied, worked me over pretty good, but I got him. Alright. I've lost track. Is that everyone? Is there anyone I haven't gotten already? I haven't gotten Flame Man. Yeah. That doesn't seem worth it. Well, maybe. No, it's not, because lives are not my concern right now. Got now. Oh shit, I forget what to do with this. I completely forget what you're supposed to do with this one. I'm gonna say it's the electric spark. I have 2 lives, so no, it's not the electric spark. Maybe it's just the buster. Cutter? Yes, cutter. Ooh, boy. Oh. Okay. I thought that I could duck that. This is a memory one? Yeah, I always forget about this guy. And then he rears his head and I panic. Yes. Okay. I think that's it, right? I think we're on to Sigma now. I know the weapons that you're supposed to use. It's, well, I guess I don't. No, shotgun ice, then spark, then rolling shield. And I've got about 25 minutes. If I'm being honest, I think this is probably where this ends, because I don't think I can actually beat... I need to get to the final form and scout out the movements, but this has basically been my complete and utter Waterloo for my entire life playing this game. Alright, ice on the dog. I really can't afford to, like, take hardly any hits from this guy if I want to have a shot at this. Thank you. Your confidence is appreciated. A comfort in trying times. Now, seems this will be decided by our skills with a lightsaber. Oof. Ugh. Alright. Clearly I need to learn up on that as well. I think I have to go up high and then he jumps all the way up. I think I stayed too low. Need to use the walls more. Take a quick gander. Last life, so no sense spending anything. I am bailing out of that too soon. I sort of see what I'm supposed to be doing. The dog, I think, of all the fights in this is the one that is sort of the most... that feels the most random. Like, it feels like I'm just kind of trying to react as opposed to sussing out a pattern like I would any other Mega Man boss. Okay, here we go. Come on. Okay. That was a good one. I'm gonna get wiped out the second this starts. I don't know if I should use the tanks or not. I'm out of those special abilities now, so I would need to take the time to farm them anyways. Oh boy. Oh, shit. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna be spending time farming stuff anyways, so... Don't think so. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Shit. Oh. Oh. Very close. Very close. But unfortunately, I'm all out of juice now. Okay. Depending on how this goes, I mean, I don't know how long it's going to take me to refill all this, but we'll see. Maybe I've got another crack at it. At the very least, I'll be a little more, chilled out next time. Because I at least have a sense now of how to go about it, but... If I charge shield on the worms. Huh, what would that do? Oh, right, does it... Yeah, okay. Thank you for the tip. Perfect. Much better, much appreciated. Oh, yeah. It just stays up until it's out, but I'm refilling it. Okay. Thank you for that. I will accept that as a piece of advice that I will not turn down. This is gonna buy me a lot of extra time and extra chances here, so... I guess that is kind of an Achilles heel for me, as I never fooled around with the weapon charges as much as I could have. Actually, I bet I could do that in the final boss, right? I could probably use the chameleon to buy time until I'm up there. The charge shot. So that would render me invincible. Save you some carpal tunnel. No kidding. My, not as bad as when DT was playing Smash TV, I'm sure, but thumb is getting a bit tender. Alright, let's go. Oh. I would have liked that to be cleaner. Almost as great a hunter as Sigma once was, he says. What a compliment from the goat. The time I'm bailing out of there feels like it's slightly changing his distance when he's coming down. That's stupid. May as well go for it. I'm all in at this point. Let's see how it goes. I don't have enough time left to be punting runs. Start. Oh, that's right. I can jump on the edge of that thing. Okay. Let's see if it works. If I switch to this, does that go away? Yes, it does. I bet there's a way for me to dance around on that so I don't have to jump off each time. Yeah, there it is. Okay, that's what I need to do. Oh, almost. If I can get that going. What's really costing me here is the first two stages. I mean, I wasted a whole life bar last time. And I know what to do, it's just execution. But if I can't get through there with close to full... If I get through that with close to full health, I think even if I wasn't, like, A+ on the third form, or I guess Sigma's second form, I think I could probably muscle it up, but... For the record, even if I fail the challenge, I am going to keep pushing until I get him, so... This will be a complete run. Although not 100% run. Almost, come on. That last little bit. There we go. Shouldn't be going for that quick hit. I just need to get him in this jump. Oh my god. Damn near a third of my life gone already. Alright. Just gotta make it up by being... Even though the clock's ticking, I can't afford to be reckless here. I have to be slightly conservative. Oh, shoot. Charging the rolling shield accomplish anything here? I don't entirely see how it would. So I would have to bump into him, I guess. Alright. Cycles, come on, keep the hands coming. Oh god. That's it. Oh, shit. Shit. Alright. if I'm darting back and forth, it's inducing the hands to drop more frequently. Okay, come on. Keep it coming. No! Oh my god. Come on. Come on, just... Oh no. Come on. Drop. Damn it! Alright, well... The good news is, since that was the final life, I have... Maybe I have enough time? I've got... about 4 minutes. About the same amount of time that DT would have had on any one of his attempts to beat the Super Ghouls and Ghosts boss, so... That's something. Also, I will give myself an extra 10 minutes, 10 seconds, because I didn't actually start on the start of play, which would be a typical speedrunning convention. I started when I unpaused the game in the intro screen, so I'll do myself that courtesy. Alright. Locking in. The lights are brightest. It's game 7 over here. Come on, get up here. No more fooling around. Come on, you bastard. I'm not afraid of you anymore. Alright. 2 minutes and change. Well. Oh no. I forgot to refill the tanks. Okay. Well, you know, I gave it a good shot. Well, I sort of figured that out. Alright, well, that's a bit of a bummer, because I think I was going to do it, if I'm being honest. I felt pretty locked in on that, and now we are going to time out before I get back there, but let's see if I can at least do it within the life. We could all see it though, right? I mean, I was locked in. I definitely would have done it. And that's the real test. It's not what you do on game day, it's what you can convince people after the fact you might have done. That's what modern sports discourse has taught me. Yeah. So that's that. We've just passed 2 hours. This goes down as a failed challenge for me. The first challenge I've done here on Mr. Christopher's Video Machine, but to be honest, I mean, it is frustrating because if I had paused to fill the tanks, I probably wouldn't have had enough time anyways, so I don't know. But one run too few. I feel like I had him locked that last time, and a lot of time lost along the way. I had that game over. Now that the pressure's off, I expect that it's going to go a lot better, so. Or maybe it'll go even worse, like the pitcher who loses the no-hitter in the ninth. Ooh. Health is low enough that I think one hit will probably kill me, so I'm just gonna have to burn the tank right off the bat. And if I can get that kickstart strat working off the hands, that would certainly help. What? I'm gonna conclude I once again fucked something up, right? I didn't actually use the tank? Yeah. Well, clearly my focus is on the wane. Sorry, everyone. I'm gonna sit forward in my chair a little bit. Yeah, that's all I need of anything. Okay. Back at it again. This time, I'll successfully use that E-tank. And then we'll see how much of a smirk he has on his face. Alright. Ooh, that actually was quite a loud neck pop. Here we go. Been a pretty unforgiving cycle of all this. That is the way, though. Well, thank you to those of you who've hung in with me. I mean, I guess, you know, credit me for knowing myself. Because as I predicted, this is, you know, this is the only thing that has really laid me pretty low here. I remember it took me a while to beat this as a kid, and it was the same kind of thing where I couldn't... The Sigma part where he's got the lightsaber, that's just about patience and execution. Like, he's not gonna probably even touch me once if I play it safe and don't do anything stupid. But the dog one is just erratic enough that I often feel like I can't really account. Like, I can't get through it without taking any damage. 3 full life bars would be enough. 2, clearly, is proving to not be quite enough for my skill level and, and my lack of, full upgrades. The dog is really a nightmare, yeah. Like, it's just that, you know, classic complaint among people who play these games, but it feels like I can't put together a good run at Final Sigma and a good dog run. Like, I'm only getting one or the other. And the one is dooming the next, so... One trick is that I have to... I can't try to get a quick hit in on the dog. I have to peel back and start fleeing him and doing the wall jump immediately. I think that's been more successful. If anything is maybe getting him into a more favorable pattern, it's that. So, let's see. Ah! Well. So much for that. Ah. Oh my god. The RNG on the final form has been hurting me too, though. Like last time, I think. I mean, I've had a couple runs where I came within a hit or two of, oh my god, of getting him. And, in both cases... That wasn't it anyways. In both cases, I just kind of got stuck down there because I couldn't get the hand to drop. There is very clearly something to... when I've been sliding back and forth in tight formation, at one point it felt like I was inducing the hands to drop over and over again. It happened enough times in a row that it felt like I was jobbing the system somehow, but I couldn't keep it going. I didn't know I could go that high. Okay, come on. Keep that up. Time now. Okay. Damn. That was a big opportunity. Come on. Let me up there. Shit. I would have gotten him by now if I could just... I'm right on the edge of being able to string those. I know, the struggle is real. I'm, You know how in sports sometimes they say... you know, we need to stop thinking about the... We're not playing the other team, we're playing ourselves. That's how this feels to me right now. It's like... It's all right there in front of me. I know what has to be done. But, yeah. This is kind of an example of, me, I think I set myself up, to miss out on the challenge. I mean, obviously now we're pretty far down. I mean, it's been, you know, I'm 15 minutes over the end of the challenge window, but, my big regret is that I do think if I'd used that E-take when I thought I had them and I didn't, I think I was gonna get them that run. This is, actually, it was an appropriate thing I said. This does have the feeling to me of the pitcher who loses the no-hitter. It's like I am just not quite as crisp. Alright. Alright, well. They didn't like that. Really had that working before. Oh, that would have been a great chance. Didn't realize it was going to go up there like that. Oh. Oh. That was a tight spot. But I did it. So all told, it was a 20 minutes, so that's 141 minutes. 2 hours, 21 minutes for the destruction of Sigma. I feel good about that. I said a pretty aggressive thank you. It's always a thrill to beat this game. Even more of a thrill to have beaten him on that run, because frankly, I was more convinced I was going to die at the end there. I guess it's satisfying that the thing I couldn't do that whole time was him doing the rapid-fire beams. And he rolled that out on me 3 straight times at the end, and I got between them each time, so... The war has ended, for now, and peace has been restored. But those who sacrificed themselves for the victory will never return, until Mega Man X2 at least. Exhausted, X gazes at the destruction he helped cause. Very mournful, he's reflecting on his status as a war machine, and wonders why he chose to fight. Was there another way? The events of the subsequent, half dozen or so Mega Man X games suggests no. Standing on the cliff, the answers seem to escape him. This is a very contemplative ending for X. He only knows that he'll fight the Mavericks again before he finds his answer. How long will he keep on fighting? How long will his pain last? Maybe only the X-Buster on his hand knows for sure. That's a hardcore ending. No notes on this game. This game's damn near as good as it gets on Super Nintendo. And now, much as when DT defeated Super Ghouls and Ghosts, we get the classic Capcom staff roll coming up, where you get to see all the enemies as though they're actors in a play. B-Blader, Road Attackers, Ball de Vue, Aim'n Hopper, Sea Attacker, Gulper, Rabbit, Tombot, Bombin, Armor Soldier, and Snowshooter, Gunvolt, Hotarian, Flamingle, Turn Cannon, and Thunder Slimer, Lift Cannon, Flamer, Skyclaw, and Death Rogoomer, Scrap Robo, Dig Labor, Rolling Cabule, and Hogamner, Baton Bone, Baton M501, Metul Dodge Blaster, Sin Faller, Jeminger, Mega Tortoise, Planty, Eyewurm, Axmax, Cragman, Mad Pecker, Creeper, AT55J, Bow Spider, Rangda Bangda, D-Rex, Velgotter. Velgotter is the dog. I know that. Velgotter is the name of Sigma's dog. Chill Penguin, remember him? Launch Octopus. I like the opaque sprites of them. Storm Eagle. This is like the Oscars in memoriam. Those we lost in this last year. Armored Armadillo. Flame Mammoth. Sting Chameleon. Spark Mandrill, the most pathetic of them all. Boomer Kuonger. Vile. Sigma. God, even the music for this, like Zero. R.I.P. Rest in peace for now, but not for long. Even the music they just made, the unique music for this staff roll here, it's all so good. Like, they did not take a break on any of these, and you, as Mega Man X, that means this is a role-playing game, technically. And now you have different music for the actual credits. I go on and on about this. I said it in my Mega Man 5 stream. I was in the chat. I know, it's crazy. It's crazy how hard they went. You can really tell when they were making this one, they wanted everything to be as good as it could possibly be. And I know I haven't played the second. I don't think no, I have beaten the third one on SNES once. It was a long time ago. But, this is like declaring yourself, hey, Professor F! He was the producer of Super Ghouls and Ghosts, too, as I remember from DT's stream. It is a bit of a bummer to go this hard on a game and not have your real name in the credits. Yeah, just like an audacious debut for a new Mega Man spin-off series. Thank you for playing. Thank you for releasing this excellent game. Well, there you have it. That's Mega Man X, the first Mega Man X. DT, I don't know if you're still in the stream. I understand you have family obligations, but at the start of this stream, I pointed out my retro Warriors jersey. Number 37. Acquired some 20 years, or maybe 21 years ago. I challenged DT to try to guess what warrior wore the number 37. It was not successfully answered, so I will divulge that answer now. Number 37 for your Golden State Warriors for one sole year. Not a good year for this man's career, despite him being an incredibly fun player who even on the Warriors, on a woeful team, I enjoyed watching play. Nick the Quick, Nick Van Exel. Many forget that Nick Van Exel had a depressing layover in Golden State. He was traded to Golden State from the Mavericks for Anton Jameson. Jameson, at that time, was, I think, in his late 20s. He was a prolific scorer. He was a flawed player, but, I wouldn't trade him for Nick Van Exel at 33. And Jameson would go on to quickly win the 6th Man of the Year award for the Mavericks, if memory serves. So, that's it. I have, this is, you'll probably not see too many Retro Warriors Nick Van Exel jerseys, but I have one of them. So, the all-time Mr. Christopher's Video Machine rankings. As fans of the show know, the only games I can consider as games that exist are the ones I've already played on the stream. So, as it stands now, Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link is the greatest video game of all time. And it has occupied that slot for, I want to say, at least 2 months now. Mega Man 5, the second greatest game of all time. The King of Dragons, the very first game I did on this stream. A stately entry as the third best game of all time. Out punching its weight as an arcade port. ActRaiser 2, maligned because it is a conceptually more inert and lifeless and joyless sequel to a truly great first outing. You like that MM5 placement? Thank you. Thank you very much, Troy. Yeah, I mean, maybe it came across, but I'm a bit of a Mega Man sucker. A sucker for Mega Man, so it was a safe bet that it was going to slot in somewhere in the top 3. I get the integrity of the original 3 Megasmans, and they are very challenging and very fulfilling in that way. The people who say 2 is the hardest one, I think, are full of it. 1 is the hardest one for me. 1 took me forever going back to it to get through that. But, even though it makes it a lot easier, when you get to 4, 5, and 6, and you have the charge shot with the Mega Buster for the very first time, and you start getting some of these, the jet armor, the, guts armor that lets you punch stuff. You get beat in there. I love beat. There's a lot of fun to be had in those later ones. Then we have, so ActRaiser 2 slots in at 4th. Manhunt for the PlayStation 2. We do any game from any console here, so, you look at this list. I think Rockstar's gratuitous attempt to be edgy in 2001 by making a snuff film game sticks out like a bit of a sore thumb here, but it is in the lower half of the games I've done, and sinking fast. Bugs Bunny Rabbit Rampage does an incredible job looking right and looking like the Looney Tunes. The graphics are quite good. Gameplay-wise, each level feels like less cooked through and worse than the level that came before it, and just an exercise in tedium and frustration by the end. Young Merlin. Anyone who wants to go check out, I'm not a hot enough shot yet to, Twitch treats you like a second-class citizen until you hit the 50 follower threshold. You have those affiliate benchmarks. I'm not there yet. So tell your friends if you enjoyed this stream. But as a result, the archive videos of some of these older ones, they're automatically deleted off Twitch. You'll have to check my YouTube mirror. Same name as the Twitch channel, Chris Togfer. My name is Chris Tognati, so it's a little wordplay or nameplay. At Chris Togfer, ChristogPher on YouTube. You can see all these back episodes. A Young Merlin, that was a rough one. It was a high degree of user error, but also it did not feel like... It felt like the game was setting me up for that error, and I resented it. But it was better than Haunting starring Poltergeist, the biggest disappointment of any I've played, because I remembered liking that as a kid. The Genesis game in which you dive into furniture and other assorted items in order to possess them and frighten people frighten a family living in a house, frighten them out of the house. Once you sort of have figured out what that game's about, and you've seen like a dozen or so of the scares, it felt like I was, it felt like I was an employee at the Boredom Factory. So that is currently both the 8th best game of all time, but also the worst. This was very good. I was going on and on about it while I was playing it, so it probably comes as no surprise to anyone watching this that I enjoyed this a great deal. The only real question here, it's better than Mega Man 5. Is it going to beat out Zelda 2 for the top spot? This is the only drama there's been in any of this, really. Will it topple Zelda 2? I think conventional wisdom would say yes. I think Mega Man X, at the time it came out, my memory is that it was better liked than Zelda 2. Zelda 2, I think a lot of people sort of reacted to it contemporaneously, not to nearly the same extent, but in a similar angle of complaint people had about ActRaiser 2, which was, well, the first one, we love it so much, it's a classic, it's not something we had seen before in quite this way, it feels sprawling, you feel a real sense of the world, even though Hyrule is basically a piss-soaked hellhole, or pee-pee-soaked heck hole, as the case may be in the first one. It's just so vacant, you get a real sense that, like, things are not going well here. Zelda 2, there's more of like a world. You're seeing people in towns. It feels more like a real place. But I feel like the shift to, no, we're doing more side-scrolling, action, adventure, swordplay stuff. My memory was that the game's rep was not as good as the original Zelda, and why did they do this? Why did they tinker with the formula in this way? But I loved it, and I actually liked it better than the first Zelda. I think specifically because I felt more swept into the world in a way. Mega Man X, similarly, I felt more intrigued and invested in what the world of a Mega Man game was than I ever had before. Essential to factor into this equation, Troy says, I've bounced off Zelda 2 a few times, but always want to go back and give it another shot. It's like, if I had the level of proficiency built up over years on Zelda 2, I did beat it when I was a kid. Despite some people, including Kevin, who have insisted they don't believe me about that, on the basis of some of my struggles coming to it as a 30s old man. I did beat it as a kid. It's very hard. But if, I'm going to play it again on the stream. If I scale up and I put in the time, I'm sure I'll get good enough to beat it again. It's really deeply satisfying to beat that game because of how challenging it is, and the palace levels get so big and intricate that, like, the whole thing, I think, feels more like the archetypal hero's journey to me than Mega Man X does. And although it's partly down to my relative skills in each one, I am a lot better at Mega Man X. Even if I were great, as good as I'd ever been at Zelda 2, I'm not sure that it's a speedrunner could do it, obviously, but for someone like me, I don't think it would even be possible to beat Zelda 2 in that amount of time if I knew every little thing to do. I think you would require the use of glitches or something like that. So it's a bigger game, a bigger investment of your time and your energy. Yeah. I'm just going to take a moment. I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to feel the feeling of playing each game. And then I'll come back to you with my final answer. I am going for those of you who are fans, who have been clamoring for this. I know Kevin said it when it was first slotted there. Zelda 2 is hanging on to its #1 overall ranking. The 1 seed has fended off another challenge, the most competitive challenge yet. This one falls on a razor's edge for me. But by a hair, Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, will live on. It will live to play another day at the top of the chart. And slotting in as the second greatest game ever will be Mega Man X. I also really need to automate this so that I don't have to manually change each number each time, but there you have it. It could have been honestly a coin toss. I can be wrong. I appreciate that. Hey, comment is free, as the Guardian newspaper likes to say. I realize that no list will be agreed upon by everyone, but I do need to be very clear that this is the only empirically correct list. So, yeah, thank you all for watching. And Troy and DT, I appreciate you hopping in the chat. It's very it's fun to have the chat or the crosstalk. As I was saying to DT, I'm just starting out at this thing. I haven't done a lot of streaming, so I don't get too much chat activity. If I get more followers and that starts happening more, I may have to figure out doing something like he does on his stream and actually have the chat visible on the actual template, the streaming template. But as it stands now, I sort of went all in on this retro MS-DOS aesthetic. I'm not sure if there's a way for me to work a chat window into that or not. I need to learn more. I need to grow. as perhaps you think that I need to learn more in ranking Zelda 2, number 1. But there's been no stream I've done. Thank you. This is based off of Norton Commander, which was the MS-DOS operating system that my family computer was equipped with pre-Windows. Spent a lot of time playing not very good games, courtesy of my friends at Norton Commander. So, yeah, I've never done a stream where the final ranking was this hard. Literally an hour from now, I might be like, I was wrong. It's Mega Man X. But at a certain point, you gotta lay down the law and say what you're gonna say and stick with it. And so I've got Zelda 1, Mega Man X2, and the rest as you see them here. So, yeah, that's it for today. Very gratifying. This is only the second of these games here that I've beaten front to back. I also beat... wait, is that true? Did I beat... Oh yeah, Mega Man 5. Mega Mans are the only ones that I have been able to beat here on stream. So Mega Man 5, it took me 2 streams. Mega Man X got it in 1. So thank you so much for watching and joining. And I'll be doing this again soon, I'm sure. So probably not tomorrow night because I'll be busy watching my beloved Golden State Warriors. I'm sure they'll win. I mean, come on. They couldn't possibly blow a 3-1 lead. It's not possible. So, after that whole terrible business is behind us, I will be back. And yeah, a pleasure to do this. Thank you all so much, and see you soon.